Hello and welcome to DataSunrise demo. In this demo, I will show you how you can use security rules of DataSunrise firewall. And in this security rule, we'll use SQL injection detection and prevention mechanism. DataSunrise security rules can be combined with alerting systems like instant messengers, or you can use CM systems compatible with syslogs like Splunk or QRadar. In order to show you how the DataSunrise SQL injection detection and prevention mechanism can help you, I will use my demo web application. This application works through DataSunrise proxy hostname and port number, but this time I will not enable any security rule in my DataSunrise. My demo web application needs two PostgreSQL tables, and it runs typical queries as shown on this slide. Now we can see this demo application. This application is written in PHP and uses a vulnerable ORM and sends HTTP GET requests to the website. Now we see that we use DataSunrise Web UI, and there is a PostgreSQL database instance profile, and this instance already pre-configured, and also it has a proxy running on this port. My demo web application uses this hostname and port number to connect through DataSunrise to the PostgreSQL instance. It's well known that advanced SQL injection penetration tools can successfully attack such a vulnerable web applications and dump database data, database users passwords. Such pen tools as SQL Map can use multiple vectors for the attack. Please bear in mind that I did not configure any security rule to prevent SQL injection attack from SQL Map. Now, SQL Map attacks without activated SQL injection prevention security rule. Now, in this case, SQL Map should provide me some kind of payload that attacker can use. I will run this command because I know my web application URL, and I will use advanced level to penetrate my database. I can see that SQL Map tries to detect what kind of payload it can use to attack the website. Now we see that SQL Map successfully attacked our website because it provides us with table names, usernames, and other database data. Now please pay attention that SQL Map detected parameter number 1 as vulnerable. Also, it detected what kind of payload can be used to attack our web application. Now I will configure and enable my security rule for SQL injection detection and prevention mechanism in my DataSunrise instance. To analyze how SQL Map attacks my demo web app, I enable log event in storage. We'll use the result of the detection mechanism to analyze how DataSunrise prevented the attack. I will use default settings under my SQL injection filter statements. We can see there are many parameters for the penalty points, including comment penalty, double query penalty, constant expression penalty, a keyword in a comment, also concatenation of single characters from many types of attacks. There is suspicious condition to check for Boolean blind attack. Suspicious function call has the highest level of penalty as well as suspicious convention blind error attack. There is a union, penalty points, or penalty, and the blocking level means that by reaching this level of penalty points, DataSunrise will block the SQL query. If the sum of all penalties reaches 15, then DataSunrise will report a warning. Now I activate this rule and apply its settings. Now this rule is activated and I can try to use SQL map to penetrate into my database instance by using my web application. I switch to my terminal and this time I'm going to purge SQL map statistics in order to attack my web application from scratch. Now, since my security rule is enabled, I can start the attack. This time my rule is activated in my security rules. SQL map starts to attack my web application by using exactly the same parameters and settings. But this time it will be very hard for SQL map to dump any data from my PostgreSQL database. As we can see, SQL map tool is not able to detect many information regarding my PostgreSQL database, and instead of providing some data, usernames, and database information, it reports an error. So all tested parameters do not appear to be injectable. So exactly with the same parameters, SQL map cannot successfully attack by using all possible vectors according to level 2. Okay, we see that SQL map didn't provide us any payload, right, which an attacker can use to penetrate into the database instance. Now, let's see inside some of very bright examples of different vectors used in SQL map. So we can analyze a little bit what actually happened inside of each query, how DataSunrise process such queries by providing warnings or by blocking some queries. So let's look inside of the warning generated by DataSunrise. So actually the query was passed to the database, but DataSunrise calculated some level of warning reached by this query. So in this example, there was generate series, which is not treated as a dangerous function in this case. The comment used, right, and DataSunrise in general generated the 15 points and reached the warning level with the keyword and a comment penalty. But if we look inside some block action generated by DataSunrise, and this query definitely was blocked by DataSunrise for different reasons. So we see the same dangerous series and so on. But we see in this case there's a different thing. So there was a keyword in comment penalty, constant expression penalty, and the comment. So in general, DataSunrise calculated these penalty points and decided that in this case the query should be blocked. As we see that we filter in a specific union, PG sleep, and CHR function probably used as well as comments. And we can analyze some of them. So in this case, there is a PG sleep function used and constant expression. So DataSunrise detected that constant expression used is 15 points, right? And suspicious function calls was 20. So in general, in total, it was 35 penalty points. And DataSunrise detected that, so it exceeded the level of penalty points that should be used for blocking, and 35 definitely should be blocked. So DataSunrise is a very powerful tool, and it has very powerful firewall feature with SQL injection detection and prevention mechanism. DataSunrise can definitely help in detecting and blocking different vectors of SQL injection attack. Thank you for watching.